Hey everyone. Ignore the lost man in the background. You might hear him talking about fantasy buying. But today I'm going to explain to you reverse splits and what really happens.
There we go.
There we go. You know the guy, right? The clam. Look at him. Living rent free. Literally.
One of the things that I was thinking about doing.
What is that? Tell me. He has $64,000 left in his portfolio.
As long as
Yeah? Tell me.
This is my old setup, it's not gonna work anymore because I don't have this anymore. I don't have NVD, Coney. I'm gonna get rid of this.
He sold those NVD, Coney, everything.
What I need is roughly $43,000. I'm sorry.
All right. Let him figure himself out, and let's start the show. I thought I'd give you some entertainment. First, how are reverse splits being explained to you, the new investor? Well, the first one out was RuPaul on dividends to tell you how it was all cheery and wonderful. And that's why he's losing. In case you don't know, RuPaul on dividends is retire on dividends. You know, the singing cross-dresser with the cricket. All his views are going down. It's so sad. But he spawned off a douchebag called the ETF inspector. He gave this guy dreams of all the money he would make selling you garbage on YouTube. So this guy opened a channel. And the comments, under these people's videos is unbelievable. So let's jump in this morning. I'm sure you're going to love the show. And we might have some in-between bursts of the clam.
Yeah, I cannot exceed that, right?
The clam. But let's go ahead and begin the show because this is going to be an epic one. So first, let me pick a jerk-off to go ahead and explain to you how reverse splits mean nothing. And then I'm going to show you the secret. Shh, gather around. This is ETF Inspector. Beta male, bald, bearded beta bitch. Oh, he's such a douchebag. Oh, he gets exhausted reading a spreadsheet. He's so fucking weak. He gets these coughs, right? He don't have a pause button or anything, apparently. They're all sick. I wonder if they live together. Retire on dividends. You ever hear him always clearing his throat? Well, if you stop sucking cock all night, maybe you wouldn't have some phlegm in your throat like that. But anyway, let's get down to the reverse splits. I'm sorry. Welcome to Sunday. So let's go here to this douchebag. Okay.
So we talked about Coney. We'll talk about reverse split again on Ted.
Okay, let's talk about reverse split. He was ready for me. Did you hear? Okay, this is what YouTube fair use now. Listen, this guy accepts donations. He does dry begging. Okay, he'll make a video showing you how much he got in buy me a coffee and thank you donations. You know, I always say, when you're trying to get ahead in life, you can't get ahead in life by following someone who can't get ahead in life. Think about this as you hear retire on dividends, okay, driving to work, bitching, complaining. And you know, I don't even have to, I pummeled him to the ground. Just innocently pointing out all his flaws, his subscriber count, everything is going down, his views, because, you know, like him, like this guy we're going to talk about right now, and then we'll get into the reverse splits. Promise me you'll stay because I promise you, you're going to get educated. I cannot promise you that I will not be assassinated. I will never end myself in any way. Okay, I do watch out for Colombian hit squads on mopeds, and I've Kevlar'd the Lambos. So this is the company script on reverse splits. Ready?
We can skip the middle. Hopefully I remember.
Hopefully.
All right, as far as trades are concerned for the week.
Okay, so now you're going to get on Coney a 1-for-10 split. Why? Because the price went too low. Why did that happen? Because all the trades get blown out, okay? All the covered calls get blown out, most of them, unless it's the stock itself is tanking and then the underlier is pulling you down. So you'll win your covered calls, but you'll lose on the synthetic. But they got to see, when they lose the calls, when the stock pumps, they got to pay you anyway, or else you'll leave. So they pay you the IV, even if they make no money. This guy, the inspector, knows. He'll tell you. So what that causes over time, and you got to add in the effect that you're capped to the upside, because in order to earn income, you're selling off your opportunity on the upside. I'm all for income. I started off in Yieldmax. I had $350,000 in ULTY, the original STD, okay, when it was $10 and paying over $1 a month, okay? And, well, let him explain to us how the reverse split works, and then I'm going to show you the hidden truth.
That, before you panic, that actually means nothing. Okay, so let's say you've got $10,000 in there, and just think of it as the amount of money you have invested in there. If you have $10,000 in Coney and they do a reverse split, you still have $10,000 invested in. You have $1,000, same thing.
Okay, I don't know what the static was. Maybe it was his estrogen levels, but he said if you have $10,000 invested in Coney, okay, and they do a 10-for-1 split, right? You're going to have, instead of, let's say, 1,000 shares at $10, well, instead of 10,000 shares, you would have 1,000 shares. Very simple, but you would still have the original amount of money. This is true.
If the share price stayed at 5 and your $10,000 lost 1% of value because the share price dropped 1%, or if the share price was 50 and it lost 1%, you're still going to lose the exact same amount of money in the value of your investment. Likewise, if it went up 1% or any percentage, regardless of whether your share count is 1, 10, 50, 100, it doesn't matter. It's the percentage. So your money will move percentage-wise with the percentage that your holding moves. Okay.
He gets so exhausted. I don't understand why it's so hard. It's the lack of testosterone. But listen, he's trying to explain to you. It's the most fucked up, convoluted way, but maybe he'll clear it up.
But what that does do is gets the share price out away from these price ranges where some of these brokers will sometimes increase the margin maintenance or perform margin calls if they start getting a little nervous and prices get too low, which could have a very negative effect on you. So
that's the story you're being sold, that it's in your best interest. We don't want you to get a margin call.
They are helping you out by doing this reverse split.
Oh my God. Did you hear that? Did you hear the bald baited douche? They are helping you out. I'm going to break it down. You know it.
It doesn't help them out any. It doesn't change.
Oh, yes, it does. Big time. Because what happens is, look, for every $1 billion under management, whether they win or lose, they get about $24 million in fees. It's profit. Okay? So it does matter to them, because if the fund goes to zero, it has to liquidate and close. And then we would lose that $24 million in fees on a $1 billion fund. So what are we going to do? We're going to reverse split it, and I'm going to show you what happens. But this guy, you can tell, again, you're trying, when you want to get ahead, you got to follow somebody who is ahead in life. This guy's an asshole with a spreadsheet, just like Retire on Dividends. Well, I mean, this is all, in my opinion, YouTube fair use, comedy, whatever.
Anything for them at all. There's no benefit to Yieldmax doing this reverse split. It does have a benefit to the investor if you have, if you are using margin. If you're not using margin and you're not, or if you're trading options on actually Coney, if you're not doing either of those, then it just has a negative effect. No, not negative.
Oh my God, Freudian slip. Freudian slip. Did you catch that?
Zero effect on you either way. Okay. So
all right, so that's enough from this guy. So let's look at Coney. Okay, over all time. It's going to reverse split. This screenshot, you'll never see this again. Okay, because, well, I have the screenshots in my Discord before it happens. I want to save it for history. Because what's going to happen is after the reverse split, let's take something you can relate to. Let's look at Tesla. This had a reverse split. We don't see it. It's hidden. All it looks like is all time it's down 81%. All right, so let's go over the last year. You were in this collecting dividends, okay, and you kept putting the money back in. Look at the price at $15. You bought more shares, $14. Great job. You're DCAing, you're doing what you were told like a good little Muppet. Look, $13, you're getting more shares. Bro, you're doing great. Okay? Now you're buying shares at $11.98. Who could be so lucky? Well, every one of those shares you're buying is gone. Not gone yet, but your money is going away. But you're getting more shares. Everybody wants more shares. Okay, so here's the best part. Okay, you're reinvesting. Look, and you're getting it really cheap, right? Look, $7, but all that money that you reinvested disappeared. You put all your dividends back. You did that too. Everything was good after bad. Okay, so what does this mean? This means you're going into the fruit store and saying, Sal, where do you keep the rotten fruit? I want to buy the rotten fruit. But don't forget, over this time, you did a magical thing. You dollar cost averaged. You reinvested like a good soldier. So you just were collecting your chairs, as they're called in Cambodia. The more chairs, the better. The more chairs, the more dividends, right? Well, everything's working out fine, even though your investment's going down. And you can't live off the income because you have to reinvest it, right? Because that's what you do. But what happens in the reverse split spittoon? Well, let's say you accumulated 1,000 shares. You were the little guy. Now you're going to have 100. You're going to have 100 shares. Great. They'll start off being worth, I don't know, $50. Let's use Ulti as the example, right? Do I even have Ulti up? No. Let's not put up the other one. Pull up the wrong Ulti. Okay, so you're reinvesting, getting more and more shares and all that, right? And now they're going to take all those shares away from you. And this will never be seen again in the chart because look at Tesla. Okay, in Tesla, you don't see exactly what happened. You're just like, oh, you might even think, oh, it's cheap now, I should buy a lot, right? All of these people who bought all the way down the last 6 months. I was there at $6.41. I did the containment experiment again after I had $350,000 in Ulti, and I interviewed Jay, and they changed the prospectus, right? So I went in at $6 with 10,000 shares, 41 cents. I was getting about $1,000 a week in dividends, putting them in escrow so we could really see, no spreadsheet, nothing. And at first it was keeping neck and neck. So basically the money was being moved from my account value to the dividend portion. Neck and neck. Except they were getting fees in the middle. But what's worse than that is that then it diverged. The dividend, within 4 weeks, the dividends became less than what I was losing in the NAV. I sold it. And that was when it was stabilized and there was a new prospectus. Now look, people are not going to swallow this reverse split easily. So what we're going to have to do, and if you've ever seen any of the movies about Wall Street, like The Wolf of Wall Street, where they're trying to sell Aerotime International, right? It was just garbage, whatever. Everything sells with a story. So we need a story. How are we going to make people buy Ulti again? Okay, we're going to change up the holdings. We're going to buy bigger companies. It's going to be the same. Now, look, it's the same trajectory. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla, right? After the reverse split, everybody thought everything was cool. All right, I got less shares. All right, they took half of my shares. I had 2,000. They did a 2-for-1. And now I got 1,000 shares. But they're worth $20 each again. And then that same 1,000 shares you had, okay, is not worth $20 anymore because the trading is the same. Nothing changes except the price resets. So as long as you're cool with this and you're aware, it's okay. So what's going to happen with Yieldmax? Okay, all the old investors will get pissed, but who cares? We opened up in Europe. Okay, there's new funds coming out all the time. People are stupid. They'll forget. That's what's going to happen. New people will come in and see Ulti, okay, at $50 and say it's like a hedge fund. YouTubers will be like dumb YouTubers that crawl out of the woodwork like the schmuck I showed you, right? Will be like, hey, this is great. And it'll just go on. And then this will probably happen again. And that's the whole story of why it's bad. In the beginning, it is an absolute honest exchange and reset of the price. Behind the scenes, you will have less shares all those ones you DCA'd and saved up for so long, you will have way less shares, and then this will continue. And you will see in 3 or 4 months when it has to happen again. So that's what I want people to know. And I find issues with everything, right? Everything's got to let my dreams down and disappoint. I did a video on all of these individual. Well, you didn't see it on this channel. I have many channels, right? And I compared a whole bunch of things back and forth, right? And looked at everything. And, well, if you want to know the results of my round hill foils, let me know in the comments below. Now, I have to go enjoy my friend, the schmuck. The schmuck is back.
XPay. There you go, XPay.
Now, he don't show his portfolio anymore because it's about $44,000 without margin. He's gotten wiped thoroughly. He sold his cone, he sold everything, and now he just does these fictitious with a spreadsheet. What if I bought this? What if I bought that? He's not talking about any of this reverse split stuff. None of it. He was the king of this.
BTCI pay.
Pay what? Bro, let's do an interview.
$1.29.
If you were born in Boston, how come you can't speak English?
Roughly $1. 25% yield.
Yield.
Versus clip. 27% yield. It's pretty close though. One is a $31 fund. Between FEPI and clip, they're pretty much very close. They should win some kind of awards. In my opinion, FEPI should win awards. ETF. So, clip is a target 30 China play. That's a tough one, FEPI and clip, right? BTCI, THTA, XPay, and
the Dividend Warriors.
All right, between Bali and JubQ. First week, Bali is pretty low dividends, very low.
It's low dividend people.
JubQ is 10%. We're looking at 10% still. They're pretty low. LD 12%, XPay 20%, KSLV. Oh, I haven't looked at KSLV. Curve Silver. Oh. Ooh, I like this. Got Silver, XPay, and FEPI.
Don't laugh at Khamer.
I didn't even think about that.
That's a good idea.
Alright. So my weekly, this is my weekly. I didn't even think about that. And I didn't even think about that. Alright, let me plug in this is monthly. Alright, let me change, alright, so I'm gonna go with monthly here, so I'll plug in. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Jeff Young brought up a good point, just mind-blowing. I didn't even think about gold, silver, XPay, and FEPI. I mean, dude. What do you think the big problem on my portfolio is? It's because I am too heavy on crypto. So when Bitcoin come down, my portfolio is crushed. And then I'm too heavy on Yieldmax. So heavy on Yieldmax, so now I got no Yieldmax. I mean, Yieldmax literally just doesn't exist anymore.
Oof.
Except still on Misty, And now I get XPay and KSLV. KSLV pay what day? We pay in 23rd. LD pay what day? The 6th. Holy cow! Curve got it right, man. Curve doing this right. They split up the silver. KSLV. All right, and then of course FEPI. FEPI is essentially my Magnificent Seven play, my stocks play. This is monthly. And this number, I'm still within the ballpark.
The gas.
All right, so I gotta plug
The
in
gas.
the stock and see how much income I make. KGLD. It's the first week, and they pay 30 cents. And I think silver pay 50 cents. And XPay.
KGLD.
XPay pay what? I can't remember cents. Consistently 95 cents. And then FEPI. Last pay is $1. Oh, and I'm still in. I will make about almost $300 a month. This is weekly. Now this is monthly pay though. Oh, week. No, well, essentially I get paid weekly here. It's monthly, but I get paid weekly. In this setup, so I get $30, $95, and $50. So it's every other week. So I got to divide this by 4, I guess, if you want to do it that way. So I can't really add this to the total number of income. How would I do this?
By
In Excel
Yieldmax.
spreadsheet, because these guys pay monthly. So it's just I do it divide by 4, and that's just probably the better way to do it, easy way. Yeah, I'll do it divide by 4. 4.3 is what.
All these people were banned from his Discord.
Yeah, so.
These
So
are the
that's-
people
that's-
in the
that's how much
Discord.
it would get
The
weekly.
kitchen workers and everything else. They're the graduates. There's Matt. Norman's investing.
So if I grow 200,
Stacy.
200.
Sal's mom.
yeah, so this. Now it's 56,000. But my income kind of sucks. I'm just gonna auto drip these guys. That's all I'm doing. These monthly income, I'm just auto drip them. Yeah, so this, I like this a lot on the monthly. If I were to go with monthly, but I'm probably leaning toward weekly, so everything is toward weekly right now. So, all right, so kind of recap for those who just come along, just kind of come in. All right.
For those who just came in.
Well, I'm waiting for my coffee. We'll recap in a few minutes. Let me throw it back out to everybody who's talking emotional wounded, emotional damage. Yeah, I am emotionally damaged right now. I am emotionally wounded. All right, on. And some of the strategy that I'm looking to fix this thing. All right, so anybody have any questions, any comments at the moment? Yeah, emotionally wounded. He's like, oh, all right. I'm still here. I'm enjoying the music, but let me check in with my guildmates here real quickly.
So just to wrap it up, this is going to happen, but the thing that you need to understand is that even though they're going to tell you that they've changed it, if this performance continues, you've lost 90% of the shares that you worked to accumulate, and your dividends and everything else will just continue to shrink. And it's happened over and over again, and this is all from my own personal experience. Other than that, I think have a nice day. Okay, we're going to say goodbye to our friend the Clam once and for all. And you've seen Yieldmax splits exposed. Anything funny to say here, Clam?
I never thought in a million years, Claude, that here we are. Reverse split
Again.
on ULTY.
Well, this might get good. Let's go back to his lecture.
That was fake news. Looking at selling everything right now, just and can.
The game is all about survival.
This is like Marvel bonus content. If you like it, say bonus in the live chat. Bonus. Split is the key word for the comments.
3 options. Let me enjoy my coffee here real quick, and then we'll come back and look at some 3 options that I'm about to do.
He's got to have his coffee. Drag it out, because when you're trying to earn monetized minutes, it's hard. You got to drag it out. This is going to go on for 5 or 6 hours to make pennies. Just like that bald beta douche I showed you in the beginning. He's all excited about his buy me a coffee and his donations. There are different levels of YouTubers. Most of them are YouTuber poverty. Okay, that's like retire on dividends. He's YouTuber poverty. He was making like 8-9K a month. He would sell you his soul.
Why is the market like this?
Wait, what'd you have to say?
As far as the decline,
The lawnmower jockeys are waking up.
this is kind of, this really isn't anything. I mean, it's,
This guy's funny.
we've had a pretty good run.
This guy just likes to be heard. Okay, he comes in, you just talk real slow with Khamer. Khamer loves it because every minute's monetized. But let's talk real slow. This is our, I can't even say it, our professional.
It's just that.
He was a
Everybody's
special
perspective is
hire, you
different,
know?
especially if you get caught in the wrong place in your portfolio.
Yeah, like margin to the tits.
But,
All right,
I mean,
I gotta
unless
go.
they start hitting,
When the lawnmower jockeys come in, it's over. If you enjoyed the show, let me know in the comments. It's all in good, clean fun. Underneath a shit cover of education. Everyone, make a new enemy for New Year's. It's almost the holiday time. And this is a tough one. If you want to have luck all throughout next year, I'm telling you early so you can get a jump on everybody. You got to go and kick an elf in the balls. Usually they're found around shopping malls. That is the conundrum. There are almost no shopping malls anymore. So let me know about your elf testicular hunting and how it goes, and if you got lucky. If you get lucky, it goes through the whole year. Is Khamer an elf? Quite possibly. Have a nice day.